Good evening, students. In this chapter, we are going to discuss the software for business application. Software for business application. See, you know that very well. Each and every organization, they have their own business processes. They need separate business application based on their day-to-day activities, based on their vision, mission, goals, and what do they want to do in the business environment. Now, previous chapters, we discussed about various information systems and we discussed about what is the meaning of office automation system. Now, in this chapter, we need to know what type of business application shall support in office automation. What type of business application support the office automation. Here, the first and foremost idea is application software. The first idea is called application software. What is the meaning of application software? The software that provides the instruction for processing application specific to the organization's functional areas and or general purpose application for end user. The meaning of application software, this is nothing but the software that provides the instruction for processing application specific to the organization function. For example, let me take a car manufacturing company. So they will prepare or they will buy a application software that supports for their manufacturing. But when it comes outside, when it is coming to another area, now the car has produced, it needs to be sold out. It needs to be sold out. When it comes to the business point, the seller, they will buy the application software that supports them for their functional area, which is called sales. The producer, he buys the software for the production purpose. Here they will buy the software for the application or sales purpose. So in general purpose application for the end user, whoever is the end user, the application for software provides the instruction. Here we are having some types of application software. We are having three types. One is application specific software. The another one is called enterprise integration, in which we are having two separate ideas, enterprise system and enterprise integration software. Enterprise system and enterprise integration software. And then finally we are having general purpose software. General purpose software. What is application specific software? The software that are developed for a particular business application. The software that are developed for the particular business application. This is for the particular business. What type of business they are doing? Based on their business processes, the organization, they will develop a software. This software is developed within a particular industry. Maybe, for example, if you take the educational industry, then the software will be based on the industry or business in line with the business operation. In the business, in line with the business operation. Even the application specific software, they were built by in-house programmers. Even if you take in our college, we are having our own programmer who develops the software for our college purpose. And the sometimes purchased from the vendors. Sometimes purchased from the vendors. For example, if you take our library software, it is purchased from the vendor. But if you take our student information system developed by the programmer from our college itself. So this application specific software may be either built by the in-house programmers or purchased from the vendors The software is custom developed by software vendors based on the business process. This is custom developed software. This is customized. The software is customized in line with the business applications. In line with the business applications. Here we are having some example: payroll, accounts receivable, or inventory. But in the next slide, we are going to discuss in detail when we are talking about the application specific software, when we are talking about the accounting application, all accounts receivable, payable, payroll, and general accounting. You know that very well. We can give you a best example: Tally. Tally is the application, the accounting application software. 3ds accounting, isn't it? Then the next one is marketing applications. This is for product development, pricing, and promotion. Product development, pricing, and promotion. Financial application software for analyzing, for analysis, for analyzing. Operational functions like CAD, CAM, inventory, distribution, quality control. The softwares related to this operations, computer-aided design, inventory management or distribution, quality control software. All this are the application specific software related to operation. And we are having human resource application that are helpful in managing the recruitment, staffing, conducting the training, identifying the professional needs, isn't it? These things are the general idea for application specific software. These are all the sample for application specific software. The next idea is called enterprise integration. The next idea is called enterprise integration. What is enterprise integration? You know that very well in each and every enterprise, in any organization, the employees require the cross-functional information. Employees require the cross-functional information. What is this? Again, you can take the same example of the thumbing. Because the finance department needs some sort of data, human resource department needs some data, and the academic department, they need some other type of data. Why? Because if, for example, today one teacher is absent, or if any one faculty is absent, or he is not available in the college due to some other reason, how they are going to manage the classroom? Isn't it? So the academic department needs the data in different ways. So this is called cross-functional information. This can be achieved through enterprise integration. This can be achieved through integration. Which type of integration? Enterprise integration. We are going to integrate all the activities in one system, and then we are going to perform the operation. We are going to integrate all the activities in one system, and then we are going to perform the operation. For such integration, the organization shall purchase or lease enterprise system or use enterprise integration software. Either they can go for enterprise system or they can go for enterprise integration software. What is the meaning of enterprise system? See, it consists of a set of interdependent modules for application. They are interdependent modules for the application. This provides the cross-functional data from different areas. For example, enterprise data will be there and vendor support will be there. For example, just this is only some example for the application. This is accounting application, marketing and sales, finance, production and distribution. Accounting, marketing and sales, finance, production and distribution. So this enterprise system consists of interdependent modules for application. Interdependent modules for application. And this provides cross-functional data combined from the different areas. The next idea is called enterprise integration software. The next idea is called enterprise integration software. What is the meaning of this? An organization with independent application specific program that also needs cross-functional information for competitive business decision, can use special software for integration within the organization. We are having independent application, and we are going to connect all the independent application, and then we are going to make it into a single integrated software. We are going to make it into a single integrated software. So what is the purpose of this single integrated software? This supports in cross-functional information. When I want to send the data from one place to other place, or when the members in some other area, when they want to collect the information, then this is easy. And this supports in competitive business decision making. This supports in competitive business decision making. Even we can discuss about the middleware. What is the meaning of middleware? This bridges the between the system running on different platforms, which bridges the between the system running on different platforms. So when they are running a different platform, now we are going to combine them, or we are going to integrate them in one point. How we are going to do this? We can use the middleware. We can use the middleware. The next idea, this is the common general purpose application software. This is performs the common business task for the user. This is general software. This is also referred as productivity packages. This is also referred as productivity packages. This is our common, this one, word processor, Microsoft Word, or spreadsheet, Microsoft Excel, database management, MS Access, graphics, this one. That is the reason why in lab section we are discussing about the spreadsheet and word processor, because database management system you are studying separately in DBMS, separate program is there. And for graphics you are studying a separate computer graphics and multimedia. So that is the reason why we are discussing spreadsheet in office automation. In word processors you are discussing in basic computing, isn't it? So we are concentrating on spreadsheet in office automation. So this is called the general purpose application software. This is called general purpose application software. Now we discussed about various types of software. How we are going to procure them, how we are going to buy them, or how we are going to develop them. This is called software procurement. This is called software procurement. What is the meaning of this? Now the custom designed software is developed in-house or is leased or purchased from a vendor. What will happen? For example, Surya University College, we need a software for us. So immediately what they will do, they will go to the programmer and they will inform the programmer, see, we need their software in this idea. So these are all our requirements, basic requirements. Can you please make a software for us? So he will start developing after the consultation with the stakeholders. This is the custom designed software. Sometimes we are purchasing from a vendor. Again, you know that very well. In library, we are having the software from outside. We are having the software from outside. But you know that very well, this is linked to the student's information system. That is linked to the student information system. So this is custom designed software. The off-the-shelf software is a general purpose application, comes with support material and help services. Off-the-shelf software means these are all the general purpose application. This will have the supporting material. It will provide the help services. Everything will be available with this software. See, moreover, an application service provider leases software to organization through the internet or private network. But there we can buy from any places. But basically, big business organization, they are buying the software, the required software or the application software by from the internet or private network. But you know that very sometimes the people, they will visit the organization and they will produce or they will support in buying the software, So this is called software procurement. How we are going to develop the software in line with the business application, The next idea is called software suite and integrated packages. The next idea is called software suite and integrated packages. What is the meaning of this? This is the software suite means which contains all the required business process softwares or office automation softwares. For example, which is having word processing, spreadsheet, database management, graphic programs. It will provide you all these things in a package. A suite includes complete version of each program. An integrated package has a scaled down version of each package. An integrated package has a scaled down version of each package. So it will include complete version of each program. And common functions include setting defaults, commands, revisions, and other menu and toolbar utilities. So the common function in general for the integrated packages of software suite, the common functions include the settings default, commands, and we can make the revision, other menus, required menus, and toolbar utilities Here is the example for word processing, but you know that very well. I don't want to discuss more. Software is used to create, edit, revise, format, save, and print text-based software. You know how the Microsoft Word is working. Default values provide a standard format. Already, whenever you are opening a Microsoft Word, you will find there are some default formatting. There is, if you need, you are changing it. Otherwise, you are keeping it as it is. Maybe the font size, maybe the font type, the alignments, isn't it? The header, footer, margins. Already, everything is having a default value in a standard format. And it is having WISI, WYG format, helps make choices. So using this format, we can make the changes. Word processing features are numerous. You know that very well. We are using different ways. When you were studying earlier the word Microsoft Word, you discussed with the different features. And we can use the merging of documents for mass mailing, macros, and automated tasks. This is what we are going to discuss. This mail merge. This is what we are going to discuss in the next or in future lab session. Mail merge. We are going to discuss in the lab session how using word processing we can make mail merge. We can make mail merge. This is what we are going to discuss in future lab. Multi-page document formatting, you know that very well. We can make maximum number of pages, isn't it? And we can make it format in the same format. Or even if you want some pages, particular page, you don't want to be in the particular direction. You want to change the direction, so you can make it in any formatting. Then the formatting the document columns and orientation, whether you want one column or you want two columns or multi columns, you can make it in the different orientation. You can change the directions of the text. Everything is possible in word processing. You know that very well. In word processing, we are using the table, we are using column for organizing the information, So this is the Microsoft Word or word processing. This is the word processing, which is most basic software for the office automation. The next one is spreadsheets. This is nothing but our Microsoft Excel. This is an example, Microsoft Excel. The software creates an electronic version of your worksheet for data analysis. We can enter the data into spreadsheet and we can make the analysis. This is what we did in the previous two lab sessions. We entered the data in one lab session. We entered the data about the students' marks and we made the analysis. And the another one we discussed about how to make the basic salary, using the basic salary, how we are going to calculate the final salary. So this is we did for the data analysis. More than that, the spreadsheets are having different applications and we can go for different analysis. Using either the solver or we can use Megastat, we can use other spreadsheet supporting or add-ins, which we call it as add-ins. We can use the add-in and we can make data analysis. We can make the data analysis. Spreadsheet features assist in creating worksheets that can be protected. You know that very well. We can protect the worksheet using the username and password. Using the password, we can protect the spreadsheet. Data can be formatted with various numbers types and page setup options. This is data. We can make it bold. We can make it font size different and all the things. And spreadsheet is also having macros. We can use macros and we can create the documents. In spreadsheet, we can include graphs. We can use charts. We can create various types of chart, pie chart, or we can use bar graph. We can create different type of charts in the spreadsheet. We can create different types of charts in the spreadsheet. The next is the database management. See, you know that very well. You are discussing about Microsoft Access. Even you are discussing about Oracle, where we are going to save the data. The meaning of database management is nothing but a software, is a collection of data for easy retrieval, creating document and queries. You can create the document, you can create the report, and you can you can make for queries and you can find the solution. You can retrieve whenever they want using different strings or operations. Where we are going to save the data, the administrative professional should be able to utilize a database and its features. You see, for example, when you are getting into the the registration department, they will enter all the data into the database, isn't it? And using your database, all others, they will be utilizing the database and its features. Maybe when the finance department the finance department will go and search only for the number of courses you have registered for the semester, how much fees you are going to pay, isn't it? They will make the query with respect to your courses. But when you are going to when it is going to the administration, when it is going to the academic department, they will be checking how to which course in which section you have registered. So how many students are registered into one particular course, whether they need to keep the course section or they want to close the section or they have to divide the section, how many students are registered. So what will happen in this database? The different department, they will go and they will utilize with respect to their requirements. The data formats are set in the table structure. The data are stored in the table. Queries allow users to extract data that meets specific specification set. The meaning of queries is nothing but I'm going to make a what is it called? Query. Query means nothing. I'm going to make a question. I need some particular set of information. For example, I want to know how many students are registered in office automation alone, or I want to know how many students are registered in my morning section, how many students are from evening section. So I want to make a filter. I want to collect the information with respect to some particular set of instructions, or which meets my requirement. That is called queries. And we can create the report. And which can be in the formal format, printing and other format. And forms are used for data entry. In Microsoft Access, we are having form and we are entering the data. And moreover, in database management, wizards and macros for automation of tasks. Wizards and macros are used for automation of the task in the database management. The next idea is graphics application. We know that very well. We need a graphic application always. Even we are using the graphical user interface. The purpose of graphics application, software to create graphs or presentation. The charts can be created in spreadsheet software. We can create. but we are using CAD, computer aided designs, for different types of presentation, isn't it? This is a example. Presentation software is popular for visual aids in business presentation with various tools and formatting. We are using PowerPoint presentation. This is the presentation software which is useful for popular, which is very popular with the visual aids and presentation with the various tools on formatting options. We are using now, I'm presenting, I'm using the Microsoft PowerPoint and I am mixed with the audio visual software. We are making the presentation. So this support, this graphics application support in these areas. Here we are going to discuss about the other software for the business. What are all the other software? The desktop publishing software used to combine computer technology with the word, graphics and page layout, which is called desktop publishing. And we are using the web browsers for easily navigating in the World Wide Web, www. We are using the web browsers. And we are having groupware support for collaboration within and among the worker groups for word processing, emailing, meetings, scheduling. We are using groupware support, which are called collaboration software, which we discussed earlier as the collaboration software or system, the collaboration system. So these are all the other software for the business other than what we discussed earlier, Now this idea is how we are going to manage the business software, how we are going to manage the business software. See, this is the joint responsibility of the IT personnel and the end user. See, I'm having a program which is customized with respect to my requirement. But who is responsible for maintaining it? This is nothing but our information technology personnel, maybe the programmers. And this is also the responsibility of the individual who is the end user to maintain the system properly. Here the system maintenance includes monitoring, that is trouble log, evaluating the output and modifying the system on regular basis. What is the meaning of system maintenance? This includes monitoring, that is the checking for the trouble. You know that very well. The log files are created whenever we are facing the problem. So they will check the trouble log and they will evaluate the output, how the output is, and modify the system on a regular basis. Even you can take our VLE. The last semester we were using a different type of VLE, virtual learning environment, and now we customize as we receive some complaint, we customize, and now we are using a different idea. We upgraded our system. How we upgraded? We took the trouble log and what are all the errors it was shown by the user, and then we evaluated the output. Then the system is modified. Now organization change based on government, technology, and the desire to remain competitive in their industry. You know that very well. The software field is daily changing, ever changing. So I cannot use a software which is very old, the outdated software, which you call it as the outdated software. So whenever there is a change in the software system, we have to go and we have to implement the new system. At least once in a life cycle, we are upgrading the system from one to other. This will help the organization in competitive world. Even you can check how many times we have changed our website. This is a simple example. If you see previously we were having various different type of website, then later we changed it, and now last year again we changed. Why? Because we want to attract more students. So all this thing depends on the organization requirement. Thank you all. In the next chapter, we will continue with the security.